In today's YouTube video, we're going to be going over the top 10 loadouts you can be using right now in Black Ops 7 to prepare for the brand new Warzone update that's happening December 4th. Season 1 of Black Ops 7 starts around the first week of December, and update days are usually on Thursdays, so December 3rd or December 4th is probably going to be the update when Season 1 drops and the new Warzone map drops as well. And you definitely want to have some weapons leveled up and things like that. So today, we're going to go over the best perks you can be running to help you level up a little bit quicker, along with just the best perks to be running in general for better movement, run and gun, and those types of styles, and these weapons that you should be kind of starting to level up and getting ready for the new Warzone integration. Quick shout out to our Noti gang. Remember, 80% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and it's a great way to support the channel. If you like the style of video, let's see if we can get to 500 likes on this video. Let's get you these loadouts. All right, so starting out, we're gonna go over kind of the best perks to be using just in general right now. We've got best perks right now. For me, I like running Gung Ho quite a bit. We'll go over some different types of styles you can run as well, but Gung Ho, we want that enforcer core combat specialty. That's kind of what we're going for, which basically is your run and gun style combat specialty you want to be using. So after each kill, you gain a buff to movement speed and health regen speed for a short time. That's that core combat specialty kind of we're after, but all of these specific perk 1, 2, and 3 kind of support that and just make it even better. So Gung Ho will allow you to fire while sprinting, along with improvement movement speed while reloading or using equipment, and again helps you earn that combat specialty enforcer. Then we're going to run perk 2 for scavenger. This way you don't ever run out of ammo. That way if you get on a really high score streak, you don't end up having to take away our field upgrade, which we'll go over here in just a second. So scavenger, super helpful. After kill, run over your enemy, you get their ammo, you're good to go. Perk 3, dexterity. This is reduced weapon motion. So any kind of weapon sway or anything like that while you're jumping or sliding around corners, anything like that, and wall jumps especially, this will help reduce that drastically, which is really important, especially when you're going on a streak and you're trying to go even faster. This will help reduce all that weapon sway. All three of those will give you the specialty perk enforcer, which we just talked about. Now, something you want to run is the wild card perk greed. What this will do is allow you to equip an extra perk. Super simple. You're not really wanting to use two primary weapons in multiplayer, to be honest. I don't know why you would do that, especially if you're focused on camo grinding and things like that. You're just wanting to use and get kills with one weapon. Use this perk greed and then use the perk scroll over here with your right stick to fast hands. This will allow you to reload and swap weapons faster, extend fuses when throwing back grenades, and of course the combat specialty for this is strategist, which we'll go over in just a second, but you don't gain strategist just by running one green perk. So run all red perks, get enforcer, then run fast hands. This is like the best overall, just if you're just going for kills and you're not caring about like leveling up your account or anything like that, this is the best set of perks to run in my opinion. Comment down below what you're running right now. Maybe somebody will benefit from that down in the comments. Love the community coming together. Now let's go over another set of perks real quick. Then we'll go over kind of our secondary and field upgrade and all that. Now this will allow you to level up your account and your weapons faster. This will give you the max amount of XP we can possibly get in each match if that's what you're going for. Perk 1, we're running flak jacket. Flak jacket really helps with the grenades and all that kind of stuff. Reduces the incoming explosive and fire damage. Super helpful, especially with people spamming those things, and especially with people running a lot of these drone pods, which we'll go over in just a second. Perk 2, we're running fast hands. This is a way to get fast hands in still without having to use the perk greed wildcard for fast hand. Again, this reloads and swaps weapons faster and extends fuses while throwing back grenades, so keep that in mind. Next, for perk 3, we'll run guardian here. This will help give you faster healing while you're holding down an objective. So for those objective kills, specifically for camos, this really helps and gives you extra XP for those as well, and allows you to revive down teammates faster. And 3 of these green perks gives you the combat specialty strategist, and what this does is it increases your score for the objectives, so it increases your XP, which will also increase your weapon XP while you're doing that as well. So it increases all XP, all score on objectives and sabotages, so that's great. Deploy equipment faster, see enemy content through walls at a short distance as well, so you'll be able to see enemy traps and things like that. So super helpful. So then what you want to do with the perk greed, still want to run the perk greed wildcard, but just use dexterity. That way you're reducing all the weapon motion sway. Still super helpful. This will gain you tons of weapon XP fast as well. Just continue to think about that. Now for our field upgrade, tactical and lethal, let's go over that real quick. That's going to be pretty much the same across the board for me. I'm running this, and these are the most annoying things, but it is what it is, because you'll see everybody's running this right now. The drone pod, you can even overclock it. The quick launcher or radar link. Radar link is specifically what I like to do, because what this does is leave a mini map icon at each each drone's destination point or detonation point, excuse me. So drone detonates, gives out a signal, pings enemies around it. That's what it will do. You'll see enemies on your mini map that where that drone exploded. So it kind of gives you an extra UAV up as well. It is what it is. That's why everybody's kind of using them, along with they're just super annoying and kill enemies like that. So again, if you're running all green perks, that's where Flak Jacket comes in and will help you a ton. Okay, trust me on that. Next, this might be one of the most broken things in the game. I don't know if this is going to be in Warzone, but if it is, it's going to be broken. The pinpoint grenade. The pinpoint grenade shows enemies through walls. If you've seen the sniper that shoots people through walls, this does the same thing, but you just see the enemies through walls. That you can't shoot your weapon through walls unless it's unless you can actually shoot through that specific wall. This shows you the enemy through walls, and specifically for headshots and those challenges, this is super helpful. But what this does is grenade that shoots tracking devices at enemies. It's like a big bubble, and it pings enemies, and it'll inside of that range, and it'll ping enemies, and you can see it literally enemies through walls. So an overclock on this is the AI chip increases grenade lifetime and detonation. So this will leave it up longer unless an enemy destroys it, but it'll leave it up longer and ping enemies for a longer period of time. So you can have that, or if you're a good teammate, network chip allows your allies to see those tagged enemies through those walls. So that's helpful for your teammates as well. Very interesting indeed. And the lethal's pretty standard here. Nothing crazy. Needle drone's kind of cool, but point turret will probably be pretty good for just XP in general. Probably rapid fire mod and gyroscopic stabilizer are the overclocks on this. But I'm sticking with Simtexes just to get some, I don't know. Simtexes or point turrets are probably pretty good. Point turret's probably really good for defending like your own area if you're solo. But Simtexes are nice too for the high density explosives. I've got this overclock to high density explosive. It does more damage basically. So in a wider range as well. So which is nice. The overclocks on this would be rapid fire mod, which would probably be pretty good, or gyroscopic stabilizer. Orientation sensors allow turret to deploy on walls. So you can put this on a wall or a ceiling or something like that. Kind of broken as well. Now, since we're running the wild card perk greed, we're not using a secondary option. So we're going to give you kind of the best pistol loadout that I like to use right now. And that's going to be the Coda 9. For the Coda 9, I'm using the Hawker 9 break muzzle. For the barrel, I'm using the 6.3 inch Greaves Halberd barrel. Then we're using the Hellgate stick mag. This will give it a 25 round mag. Again, if you get to your pistols and you end up prestiging the pistol, definitely use this 30 round right here. It increases the damage range, movement speed, recoil control, and recoil stabilization. Highly recommend this, obviously, over the 25 round mag, but if you're starting out, 25 round mag is just fine. Then we're using the K flash target laser. This will give you a damage range buff and a recoil stabilization buff. Then we're going to rock the recoil springs or the recoil sync unit. This will give you a horizontal and a vertical recoil stabilization buff, or vertical recoil buff, excuse me. Now let's take a look at that inside the firing range like that. Pretty simple to control, not bad at all. Something I did to control recoil a little bit better is switch my settings, go over to controller, go to aiming advanced settings, and I actually switched my aim response curve type to linear. Kind of feels better than dynamic right now. Not sure why, but just thought it was interesting, very interesting. So that's what I kind of recommend right now. Just kind of felt a lot better for some odd reason. Dynamic has always been the standard. Now for our first primary loadout, let's get into this. M15 mod, you'll see everybody using it. It's fantastic. Absolutely love it. We're going to run the Iron Hold Angle Grip. I like the Mayday extended mag here. The Hex Cut Grip. Love this one as well. The Wander 3V stock. And if you're prestiging this, run the FMJ NATO rounds. If not, just use the buffer springs. You'll be fine. Completely fine there. Gives you less recoil too, or put on an optic for it. But yeah, this one's great. Absolutely love the M15 mod. Probably the best assault rifle in the game right now. One I'm absolutely loving to use. Next primary, we're going to go with the Dravac 45. This is the SMG that everybody's been using a lot of. We're going to go with the Bowen 45 suppressor here, and then we're going to rock the EAM Horizon barrel. This will give you a damage range buff. The Gator extended mag. This will give you 48 rounds. I like the Herald, or the Herald Z1 grip here for mobile quick draw. This will give you buff the dive fire speed, all the slide to fire speed, all that kind of stuff. And then the several Q step stock. The ADS, this will give you aim walking movement speed, so your strafing movement speed, aim walking movement speed while your ADS is super quick. So this one's in the firing range though, but like absolutely love this thing. Very easy to control at range as well, which is very, very different, especially when we get into the other SMGs. This is why I think this is just the best overall SMG in the game. Interesting enough, and you're not going to be really using it that far away either, unless you're playing hardcore. But this is the easiest. This is the easiest SMG to control, and why I think it's going to be at least a really solid sniper support option in Warzone, because it's so easy to control. Next up is the Warden 308. This is a marksman rifle and something I think could be interesting in Warzone. I'm not sure how it's going to be because all of the Warzone stuff is going to be pretty separate in terms of how the actual loadouts are going to be effective, because all the stats and stuff are going to be separate from multiplayer this year. So that's going to be interesting, but it seems to be that this would be pretty OP. I would assume that it's could be being two shot, but we'll see. You know, Warden I think is interesting, but it's very good in multiplayer. For the Warden, we're going to rock this optic down here called the EAM dual zoom. This will be very, very solid for you to use. The LTI LM brake is very good as well. Gives you a buff first shot recoil control, kick reset speed, and vertical recoil control. The Artemis 01 barrel, great option to use for the barrel. The LTI Tyrannus grip and the 5 milliwatt lockstep laser, giving you a hip fire to ADS accuracy. So when you're hip and you go to ADS, allows more accuracy in that point, which is super helpful, especially for this marksman rifle. But yeah, I mean, this thing is one shot to the head. Boom. Easy to use. I think the fire rates should be pretty good too, man. It's just, yeah, fire rate's good. So if you miss your shot, it's kind of forgiving a little bit, but again, it is one shot. You can use this as a sniper in multiplayer just fine. Next up, we have the MXR-17 assault rifle. This one's really solid as well. I absolutely love this one. Also, we're using the Greaves TI-762 suppressor here. The reason we're not using the mono suppressor is that this nerfs your aim walking steadiness and aim down sight speed, and you don't want that in multiplayer. Next, we have the Century Pro hand stop underbarrel. I like the Rhodes drum mag. If you get access to this 10-round semi-auto mag, kind of interesting. Check it out. Could be interesting in Warzone for sure, but the Rhodes drum mag, very solid. Next, we have the Fissure grip, rear grip, and then we have the 3 milliwatt motion strike laser. Absolutely love this thing as well. Show this one to you in the firing range, but yeah, this thing is very easy to control as well. Solid option. Then for another SMG, we have the Ryden 45K. For the Ryden, we're rocking the Hawker Series 45. I like the Vienna barrel here, the Torch extended mag, the Eruption quick draw grip, and the recoil springs. Now, something I noticed with these SMGs is that they are very difficult. The recoil is crazy on all of these. Again, we had the aim assist nerf, all that kind of stuff. I'm not complaining about it, but it's definitely noticeable. So this one has like any kind of sustained fire feels like it's just completely random, even though like this is the recoil pattern to it, but it kind of goes all over the place. Again, that wasn't the case with our other top SMG, but again, you're not going to be using it down here. But like I said, that's why I like the other SMG, especially for Warzone. It's going to be a little bit better in my opinion, just because it's easier to use. So sustained fire, I wouldn't burst it, but I wouldn't hold down the trigger for very long, in my opinion. Next, we have the Peacekeeper MK1 assault rifle. This one's a pretty popular one as well. We're going to use the KNS compensator muzzle, the longbow barrel, the Vulcan reach extension mag, the kinetic MK1 grip, and then the recoil springs buffer spring attachment as well. Yeah, this is a great choice if you like iron sights. Not bad at all. I like this one a lot. Again, this one is kind of weird too in terms of just recoil in general. Just absolutely great. I do love the Peacekeeper. It's been a fun option. If you need a optic on it, feel free to remove those recoil springs and just put on my favorite optic is the what is this, the Lethal Tools ELO. This is my favorite one, so it's super clean. Next, we have the M8A1 marksman rifle. Everybody knows what this is. It's fantastic. Holger 556 is what it looks like to me, but it is a burst option. So we're using the Lethal Tools ELO, just like we talked about. The VAS suppressor. I like the Force Stabilizer hand stop underbarrel. The Sentinel extended mag, 40 rounds, and then the G7 launch grip. Show this one to you in the firing range. But like I said, man, this thing, you also can just hold down the trigger. Like you don't have to single burst fire it, but yeah, it feels really solid, man, for sure. At number 8, we have the X9 Maverick. This is a fun SMG. I absolutely love this option. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments down below. I'm interested to see your thoughts. Mini reflex, Lethal Tools ELO again. I like the defense H suppressor here, the H lock foregrip, Daedalus grip, and then the 3 milliwatt motion strike laser for a little bit more damage range and recoil stabilization. But this is like the This is going to be another interesting option for, you like switch out the whole entire barrel. That's kind of cool. This is another like M8A1s, but an SMG. It's like we turned the M8A1 into an SMG here. Pretty crazy. Yeah, no, I love this SMG. It's just kind of really fun to use, man. Never thought I'd like a burst fire SMG, but not bad. Next, we have the XM325 LMG. For the XM325, we're going to run the Lethal Tools ELO again. I like the Redwell brake muzzle, the Sentry Pro hand stop underbarrel, the Elysian quick grip, and the accelerated recoil system or the recoil spring. So this one's here in the firing range, but yeah, this thing's hard to control too, man. It's just it's interesting as well. I don't know what it is about these LMGs, and maybe it is an aim assist thing, you know. But again, I'm fighting people at 25 meters, man. I'm not sitting here beaming people at 100+ meters right now. I think this is going to be very interesting. It'd be interesting to see what they integrate from multiplayer into Warzone, which I know they're not doing the wall jumping and stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting. But the LMGs feel really, really nice. So that could be interesting here in the near future. And I'm just getting used to the recoil patterns and things like that. So it could just be a user error, skill issue. You know what I mean? All right, next we have the Carbon 57 SMG. Fantastic option. I like this. I like the look of it too. Really feels nice. We're using the K&S brake muzzle. I like the lateral precision grip, the compact 246 fast mag, but if you want to run the 60 round mag, it would be fun once you prestige this weapon first. And then the Bombus quick grip, very solid option as well. And then the Hammer platoon pad. This will allow that aim walking movement speed buff. Like I said, this one's really, really solid as well. I didn't have trouble controlling the recoil on this one. This one's really, really solid. Another really solid option as well. Something I just think these are going to be, you know, these are some of the weapons that are going to be really, really solid in Warzone when the integration happens, which I know a lot of you guys are interested in. So it'll be interesting for sure. Thank you guys again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video like this or like one of these. See you in the next one.